Welcome to the Business Coach Videocast, an advice-oriented series that tackles the top issues and opportunities facing Canada's small businesses. I'm your host, Ian Portsmouth, the editor of Profit Magazine, and we've produced this videocast in cooperation with BMO Bank of Montreal. Whether your business is immersed in the web or has merely dipped a toe into social media, establishing and maintaining an effective online presence can be challenging. Social, mobile, and even web media are still relatively new, and they are constantly evolving. So the questions are, if your business is already online, how can you take it to the next level? And if your business is not already online, where do you need to start? Chris Eben can help with those questions. Chris is a partner in The Working Group, a Toronto-based web and mobile development agency, and he is also an organizer of Startup Weekend Toronto. Chris, welcome to the Business Coach Videocast.
Thanks for having me.
Chris, it's amazing to know that more than half of Canadian small businesses are not online. What opportunity are they missing?
Well, the opportunity really ranges depending on the type of business, but I think most people would agree at this point, given how easy it is to get online, depending on what tools you might use, everyone really needs to be there. You know, if you're a business of any type, even if you're just providing the most basic information to your customers, you need to be online, and you can't afford to get too far behind at this stage.
What are the hallmarks of a good website?
That's different depending on who you are, of course, and you know, I have trouble answering that question most of the time because everybody looks at a website quite differently, and different things appeal to everyone. I think the most important thing is doing an effective job at communicating who you are, what your business is, what value you provide to your customers. And that's really when you're just talking about basic content. Obviously, if you get more sophisticated, you might be providing actual functionality on your website as well, whether you're providing offers, you're actually doing commerce on your site. But starting at the beginning, it's really about effectively communicating who you are and what you're all about.
A lot of people out there that would say that another hallmark of a great website is search engine optimization. How important is search these days in having an effective online presence?
Extremely important. It's you know, you can't expect that people are going to walk around and remember the usually complicated URLs that you might be stuck with. So either you're really lucky and you've got one that sticks inside everyone's head, but more likely people are going to come to you through search. And as a result, you really have to get the right advice because likely you're not going to know how to manage that yourself. So working with the right people, whether they're developing your site or they're consulting with you to help you build search engine optimization into your strategy, that's really important because people will be searching and that's how they'll find you.
I speak to a lot of small business owners on a regular basis, and they seem to be really challenged with a couple of things. Number one is hiring and retaining great people. The other two is social media. They don't really know what to do with social media. So in your view, how important is it for social to be part of somebody's online strategy?
Well, increasingly more and more, I think the challenge, especially for small business owners, is not biting off more than you can chew. So it doesn't make any sense to just jump into the social online world without any concept of what your goals are, what you're actually trying to achieve, who your customers are. Are your customers social? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Facebook? Because you want to go where your customers are. So have an idea of what you're trying to achieve, and then make sure you're also setting goals that you can potentially achieve. You know, if the right place is to be on Twitter, but you have no bandwidth to do that, then it's not going to do anything for you jumping on there and doing kind of a half the job or even less. So set the goals out first, and then really understand what it is you can sign up for in terms of getting the work done.
So what are some of the opportunities in the mobile space, some legitimate opportunities for small business owners?
Something that's important for everyone to consider is if you've got a web presence, which you probably should, now there's so much proliferation of smartphones and people accessing sites online. The worst thing you can do is have a site that doesn't look good on a mobile device, and you can do that very easily and cheaply using things like responsive web or even more basic concepts like a WordPress site or a Tumblr site that renders nicely on a mobile device. The last thing you want to do is have a Flash site that you can't even see on a mobile device, or just a site that's not optimized at all. It's too easy to do that, so you need to do it now.
That's terrific, Chris. Chris Eben is a partner in The Working Group, a Toronto-based web and mobile development agency. And Chris, I'd like to thank you for joining the Business Coach Videocast.
Thank you very much.
That's it for this episode of the Business Coach Videocast. For more tools to help you grow your business, visit the BMO Smart Steps for Business community at bmo.com/smartbusinessowners. Until next time, I'm Ian Portsmouth, the editor of Profit Magazine, wishing you continued success.